Okay, if you're interested in buying a new radio for your car, but you're not really sure how about going about it. Now, as you can see here, this model is an Enon GA7153. It is an Android-based unit and it's made to fit my car. But what if your car doesn't have the space convenient for a unit like mine? You can buy a fascia. Now, the fascia is the bit that goes around the unit. That normally will just pop off like this, and you can gain access to the screws beneath, so you can remove the old head unit. So in my case, it's got 4 screws here and here, and you can remove the head unit and replace it with something like this. So this unit is made for my car, but sometimes a unit like that might not be available. So what do? You can Google or just search or go to a shop a bit like Halfords and ask for a fascia for your car, and they will provide you with a fascia that fits. So it will probably be a fascia for either a single DIN unit, which means it's a slimline one, or a double DIN unit. A double DIN unit will normally have a big screen or bigger buttons. If possible, I'd go for double DIN. Normally have a bit more features and they look a bit nicer. So what does double DIN actually stand for? Double DIN is German. It's for, excuse my language or pronunciation, it's Deutsche Industrie Normen, which means it's the standard size of a radio for Audis, BMWs, Mercedes, Volkswagens, and that started way back in the mid-80s. So a single DIN radio will be 2 inches high by 8 inches across, and obviously a double DIN will be double that size, so 4 inches by 8 inches. So that's what DIN stands for. Now you can get different fascias with different sized DINs, so depending on what radio you're after, you can get either the single DIN or double DIN. Now if you go to Halfords, the single DIN will probably be a bit cheaper, but if you've got a bit more money to spend, you can go for a double DIN, and that will probably give you the screen as well. So that's kind of a cool little feature to have. So previous to this unit I got now, I did have a black fascia. It used to go around here. That was about £20, I think, and that bolts on to the 4 screws that I showed you earlier. And then with that, you can then go and buy a double DIN radio. The double DIN radio I bought for that hole was a SPH DA120 Pioneer app radio. It had a nice screen and it was a big display. A lot of features on that. Unfortunately, it melted in the sun. A bit unusual, but it did. So I decided to return that to Amazon, and I decided to go down the Android radio route. So it's a bit cheaper than the Pioneer I had previously. It's not a make that most people have probably heard of, but it does a lot more than perhaps the Pioneer did. The only downside is it doesn't have the HDMI output, which mine did have. Now you can see me on the screen because for some reason I've managed to be able to link my mobile to my head unit through an app called Alfred, and I can use it for CCTV purposes. So I can plug my old phone to the Wi-Fi, that can click to this head unit, and I can giggity 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 goo. Right, that's my video finished. See ya.